What's the key to cultivating confidence in leadership? I'm Veronica Dudo. Women's Biz Leaders starts now. Welcome to Women's Biz Leaders, presented by Women's Biz Global, where each episode we dive into the world of female entrepreneurship and leadership, highlighting the journeys of remarkable women in business. I'll now hand it over to Annie Gibbins, founder and CEO of Women's Biz Global.
Welcome to the program. I'm Annie Gibbins, founder and CEO of Women's Biz Global. In this episode, we're joined by a visionary leader who is revolutionizing the way executives and entrepreneurs approach leadership and sales. Her name is Jocelyn Chong. Welcome to the program, Jocelyn.
Thank you, Annie. Oh, really nice to be here with you.
Wonderful to have you joining me on the show today, and I'm looking forward to talking about mindset. I know this is an area of passion for you and expertise. How do you think mindset renewal is crucial to those who are wanting to expand their abilities in business and sales?
Wow, I love this question because we all need to think about our mindset. And mindset, we have got the gremlin, the voice that is really saying all those not so great things, the negative stuff. And then we have got the voice that is saying powerful things that every day will empower us moving forward. So positive mindset is important for us to ensure that we continue to renew our mind with positive thoughts that can create our reality.
You talk also a lot about magnetic selling. And I love that because you've got to have a positive mindset, a growth mindset, a bit of energy behind magnetic selling. How does magnetic selling differ from other traditional methods of sales?
Magnetic selling to me is all about how we women or men really use the work that we do internally. We are self-assured. We have built that self-confidence. We are clear with the path that we want. And also, it is really natural. So it's no force, no push, no manipulation. But it's just the authenticity within us that makes it so natural for us when we communicate our products, our service. It becomes so much of a pull that people go, "You've got something. I want that. Can I have more of that? How do I pay you?"
I love that. That's what you want. You want fans and business partners who are just coming to you, that magnetic pull. I'm all about that. Now, it's easy for us to say that though, but you need confidence. You need that comfort in your own self, your own abilities, your expertise to be able to show up in that manner. And so how do you help people become more confident, more comfortable in their own authenticity, to be better leaders and definitely to be starting to attract that sales magnetism?
Yes, I do have my model that I teach my clients how to walk through that path so that they are boosting their confidence. It comes with the mind. How do we think? And then it comes with how do we feel about it? And the actions that bring forward that results in the reality, the outcome. And so once we boost up that confidence, we need to practice that. Practice that over and over again and surround ourselves with leaders, with people who are ahead of us that we can see, wow, they're doing those things. How can I want more and learn more from them? And be in their energy. It is so important for us to be in the right room to connect with the right people. And that's the power of choice that we get to choose every single day. So boosting our confidence is something that we can grow, we can learn. It's a skill, it's a competency that we can sharpen every single day.
It certainly is a competency, and I love the way that you've shared that because it's an area that a lot of people come across, to me, and I'm sure they do to you, of going, "You're so confident. How do I become more confident?" Because you need to be confident to be comfortable to show up authentically, right? So it's such a good conversation to be having on this show. I think more and more people need to realize, hey, you've just got to practice it. It's like a muscle. The more and more you practice it, the more authentic you can then be. While you're self-protecting, holding back, you're actually robbing people of seeing the real you.
Absolutely, that's so true. And for me, I was very shy in the past. Was an introvert. I used to feel so nervous. My throat would dry up when I need to speak to someone, especially someone in authority, because I didn't have the confidence. I never knew how to close that gap. But over time, I flex my muscle. I surround myself. I learn. I get feedback from people around how do you speak to people in authority? How do you speak people equal to you, and learn to have conversation with them and be in their energy. Surround myself through listening podcasts, watching YouTube with people who have done great things, TEDx talks, and you go, wow, that's what they do. And that's how they learn all the steps to be where they are today. So every one of us have got the choice and the ability to really build that confidence up.
And once you start getting more confident, it's about showing up, right? Unapologetically as yourself, putting yourself in those environments, in those rooms where you're wanting to be attracting new business, right? That's what we're all in business for. And that requires us to be visible, right? Yes. So there's a whole visibility angle here. I'd love you to share more about that.
Absolutely. So once we have that confidence, you want to show up. Where do you show up? At the right place. Networking events, speaking opportunities that you adopt, or go to conferences, be in places where you can do podcasts, guesting, and just really learn to apply that visibility. And there's so many ways for us to be visibility, to grow our visibility today. You can start with doing short stories on your Instagram. You can go live on YouTube. You can do Facebook Live and build that up. Don't judge yourself. Really see all the skills that you acquire every single day. And that really will boost up your visibility and add credibility and lead that into authority. And as a result, people want to come and work with you. People want to buy from you.
Yeah.
And that's how the journey is.
Great tips. I'm all about stepping out in your own skin as your own self, right? And underpinning that, of course, is that authenticity, that real confidence, being able to practice that as we've shared. But it's also then taking those opportunities to, that's right, start your own podcast. Write in magazines, be visible in sometimes really quirky, bizarre ways. If you've got pink hair, blue hair, some different colors, whatever it is, I love it when different brands get to a position where they go, you know what, I'm a little bit different, like the bearded men or the fancy ladies or whatever it is. It's something that then becomes magnetic because it brings that whole person to the brand and the business.
Absolutely. And all of us are born with that unique spark within us, that DNA that nobody on this earth can actually be you.
Yes.
And there is no more new you. There's no more additional you in the future. There's no past of you. Today, you are who you are. You are a masterpiece. And so go out and be fully yourself.
Now, I also know there's a problem of burnout, right? We come across it in our world all the time. People are burning out because while they're thinking, okay, now I've got to do a podcast, I've got to write, I've got to do this, got to do that, it can become exhausting. And so at the same time, I'm sure you're like me, actually there's a principle about do things with intent, start pulling back and just doing what you're really wanting to focus on well. Love your view on that.
So here's the thing, from burnout to bliss, there's a journey. To ensure that that happens, you must have daily routine that energizes you. So morning routine is so important to ensure that you set your foundation, you're grounded, and that you have got the right, food that you take because it fuels your body. You feed your brain with positive self-talk, empowering thoughts that lifts you up. You ensure that you manage your time really well because it can be busy versus productive.
Yes.
And you want to move your body. Physically move around, let your body, go around, beach walk, nature walk, hiking, whatever it works for you, to really energize yourself so that you will not go through that burnout. And then the old story is that you have to do everything to be successful. It's actually a false narrative. And it's so important for us to pull that back to go, right, what can I focus my time, my energy to get the best outcome today, and really do that well. Go 7 levels deep, like really go deep into it, be masterful in it, rather than doing a lot of things horizontally and then you're not getting a lot of good results.
Exactly. It's exhausting, let's be honest. It's so exhausting when you feel like I'm trying. It's not from lack of trying. It's because you're spreading yourself too thin. I love the way you've referred to that depth. Yep. Do you have an example that you'd be able to share with the viewers today on someone that you might have worked with or you've observed that's actually applied these principles and really seen the results in their sales success?
Yes. Let me give you an example of one of my clients. You know, she, by the end of the session working with me, made 5 times her revenue. And when she started with me 5 months before that, she was trying to do everything herself. She didn't call out for support because she was already a high achiever. As an individual, she was ambitious, she knew her goals, she was very clear with her 3-year goal, 5-year goal. But in the midst of that, there's so much that you are working on, it gets overwhelmed.
Yes.
And so when she came to engage my services, we break down things into bite size. What can you focus on? And who can you focus on? She's a top commercial broker in Australia. And she wanted to just focus on a market, 20 million to 50 million. And just focus and communicate to that market rather than across, you know, all the different segments.
Yes.
And then really specialize in a particular industry. Other industry will gradually gravitate to you. And then in her day-to-day running of her networking activities, there's like 150 networking activities that you can do. But I asked her to elect 3 that it is so aligned with her core values, her company vision, and her own mission that she focused on that. And she does that so well. It's like an well-oiled machine. And so people know and see her now as a top expert. They go to her. By the end of the 5 months, she was presenting to a crowd of like 80 people. And people go, wow, you truly have transformed. Not only did she transform inside out, her bank account added more zeros as well. And so it's such a big difference when you can really get help and support and do less to get more results.
Thank you so much. What a great example and so encouraging to our viewers. It's been fantastic having you on the show today. Thank you so much, Jocelyn. And thank you to you, our viewers. Absolutely fantastic having you join us. What great tips. My message to you is focus narrow. Just really focus on what you're really wanting to do. Start getting more confident. And I look forward to seeing you on our next episode where we get some more business tips.
You're watching Ticker. We'll have more in just a few minutes.